welcome to South Fork Tiny Farm. It is a chilly Saturday morning. It's going to be a little colder today than normal. We have some rain moving in. Finally, we need it so bad. I've got some grumpy big chickens back here because I'm not letting them out so that the little chickens can come out and have some free reign for a while. The big girls have decided that they're just going to be mean and nasty every time I let the little girls out, so we're going to turn the tables on them for a day or two and see if that changes their attitude when I let them back out. So there are some big changes to the garden since I last saw y'all here on the YouTube. We have big squash plants coming up. There are some female flowers coming up and a few male flowers, hopefully, because we need both to have fruit. The tomatoes that were just little bitty tomato plants in the ground are huge now. We have some good sized tomatoes getting started on here. So these are a bush tomato. They're Ace 55 bush tomato, I think. The rest of these are indeterminate. Amish paste, some Dr. Witchies, some Cherokee purples. We've got some sun gold cherry tomatoes in the back. There's my beautiful mint that I just cut. I'm gonna get some vodka from the store and we're gonna make some mint extract. All my marigolds are coming up crazy. So on this side we have some more yellow slicers. I have I'm trying to think of what it's called. It's from Park Seed. It's called, I think, Chef's Choice Yellow. They were pretty good slicers for a hybrid tomato. They had pretty good flavor. And then I have a few of the Crimson Giant that I got from M.I. Gardener. That is the strain of the variety of tomato seeds that he's trying to bring back from the brink of extinction. Then we have a few Sun Golds and Sweet 100s back here. But man, this electric fence is keeping me from moving back too far. Green beans, you can see, are really starting to climb. So hopefully these will be producing in a few weeks. Has been a slow start on my squash. And a slow start on my cucumbers. I've had to replant. They would come up, something would eat the tops off, and that would be that. So I have started these in seed cups. I just transplanted them yesterday. Keeping an eye on them. Hopefully they will start to grow. So you can see the mini broccoli is gone, and I have harvested all the larger heads of broccoli. And I'm going to take these plants, cut them right at ground level, leave the roots, and slowly, one at a time, we'll pull these out and feed them to the chickens. These are my Egyptian walking onions. I'm waiting for them to dry out just a little bit better. I'm not sure how well they would root if I pulled them like this. I've pulled a few that are still on the plants and put them in a seedling cup to see how well they'll root and grow in there. I'm very anxious to get these out of my garden bed, but I don't want to pull them until I have viable little bulbs here to regrow from. And I also want to take some of these to the farmer's market with me in June to sell. So we have a delicata, which I have grown to love. My peppers here, I keep coming through and picking the flowers off of them. They want to flower so badly, but they need to grow a little bit more. I've been harvesting chamomile. have another volunteer chamomile that I've been harvesting a lot off of. These are my beautiful calendula flowers. This was the first one to bloom, and you can see we have a few more. Once these really get established and get going, and I have a few more in other places, I'll start harvesting these blooms and do some calendula extracts. So I'm also doing some extract with my comfrey plants. I'm gonna make some comfrey salve. Hopefully that will be ready to sell at July's farmer's market. And hopefully I'll have calendula salve in July also. These are my elderberries. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. I love these. So on warmer days, the pollinators are all over these. Like I said, it's chilly out this morning. It's in the 50s. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, like pretty much all Memorial Day weekend. But these guys need the rain, so the pollinators will be back out and all these little blooms will get pollinated, and we'll have thousands and thousands of elderberries to dry. So over here we have our black cap raspberries. They're slowly coming along. The cool weather, I think, is what's causing them to go so slow. But right here, I've been keeping my eye on this little guy right here. This is gonna be the first one. As soon as it turns black, I'm grabbing it. It's mine. So back at this end, I have put in some sweet potato slips, and they're not doing a whole lot of anything right now. It just hasn't been warm enough. There's some random potato, like russet potatoes, growing on this end of my volunteer sunflower. So this will be the entrance to my garden. I have these right here are Malabar spinach, and they will vine all the way up over this trellis. And I have one on this side too. So they'll cover this and make it real pretty. So I have to run the electric fence across the front though, so we have to step over that. I have a few strawberries, bare root strawberries, and here one of them's starting to grow. The rest of them I put in my green stalk, and I donated a few to a fundraiser that was yesterday. So the herb garden is looking wild and crazy. I need to get in here and harvest some more of this oregano so it doesn't go to seed right away. I'm using this. I'm making a herb blend for my chickens that I mix in their food. It's oregano and sage and some rosemary, some chamomile flowers, some purple basil for some more pretty color, and all of that is going to be sold at the farmer's market too. So here's my lavender. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm so happy to have lavender. I'm going to get some more, I think, at the farmer's market because I've not had any luck growing it. All my asparagus is done. I have some purple asparagus coming from Stark Brothers, and that's another thing that's going to get a dedicated bed more in the sun. My tomatoes, my potatoes, my Mountain Rose, and my Yukon Gold, they're still looking pretty darn healthy. A few of them have flowered. They are probably going to be another month, I would say, before I get in here and harvest them. But I'm not going to harvest them until they have just totally died back and I know they're done growing. I pulled 2 potatoes out last night, and I'm gonna dice those up and fry them up for breakfast here in just a little bit. This is my borage and some more calendula. This red vein sorrel is so pretty. I just love it. It has just gone crazy. Like a month ago, it was just a couple of leaves sticking up from a little plant that I got at the farmer's market. And it has just gone nuts, even in just this little flower pot. Some more herbs. These also, this is winter savory and some golden oregano. These also go in the little herb mix for backyard chickens. This is a hybrid cantaloupe. We're gonna see how well it does. Hopefully, I've got this trellis here that goes all the way across, and I'm gonna try to just train it to stay on here. This grill will not stay here. Everything's getting moved around because we're pressure washing out here. The rain barrels, they're getting ready to fill up again. They're almost empty. The bean trellis, or the bean teepee, is everything has germinated, as you can see, all the way around. Everything has germinated, so now with this rain that we're gonna get, hopefully these will really take off and grow, and they'll go all the way up. These are southern peas. They are a pink eye purple hull bean. My fig tree here is putting on some new growth, so that makes me happy. There's a lot of new growth coming on. I have a little bit of spotting on this leaf. If anybody knows anything about that, hopefully it's just, gosh, this one too. Ah, no! Hopefully there's not something going on with it. If anybody knows anything about that, let me know. My little front yard raised bed. I'm learning what is doing well and what isn't. So the Rudbeckia is doing good. It seems to be happy. The calendula, I think, is not getting enough sunlight. These are meh. My roselle over here. The anise isn't doing great. The hyssop is doing better. The one thing that seems to be happy is this thyme. So while I'm at the farmer's market this morning, I'm gonna get some more thyme and fill in this bed, because my thyme actually doesn't grow very well in the backyard. It gets too much sun. So that's about it for today, y'all. I'm gonna chill out here in my garden chair and enjoy the cool breeze and drink some warm coffee. And I will see y'all next time, hopefully next week. But next time.